Yes! Oh, wicked! Rock and roll. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, cool chat, by the way. Yeah, I was working on getting a sort of GIF that sort of loops around, and I was quite happy with that. I mean, it's something which actually took me quite a long period of time, which is why I've kind of got it on almost everything. I'm so proud of this animation that I'm like, oh, I've got to show this off in every way I possibly can. Right, that's the intro again. Didn't mean to click that. Right, main setup. Ah, awesome. Okay, wicked. Right, so I have got. To be honest, I've left it too long to stream again. I want to stream more often. I've just got normal work that I have to do in the way, which gets in the way a little bit. Right, so we've got 3 cool, awesome things that we're going to do today, and let me rephrase that. We've got 1 really cool thing and 2 things which I think are going to be really cool, but are quite code intensive and. And are kind of probably slightly more for people who are looking to do some intricate coding. So, scriptable objects. I think it was KO2 fan that suggested scriptable objects. I was thinking, oh yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I then thought I'd type it into Uncle Google, find out what exactly how it all works and everything and what it means. It's like a yes, you're completely right. Yes, scriptable objects would be perfect. So all I've done so far is I have created this, which is instead of having, so I'll kind of go through bits one by one. So I've just created a normal script, except for I've changed, instead of saying mono behavior, we're saying scriptable object, and then we've got all of this here. Right now, when I was watching the YouTube video, they just said, type all this in, it'll be fine, right? But I thought I'd break down exactly what all of this means, right? And I'll explain scriptable objects as well. So, a scriptable object, what I was doing before is a slightly inefficient method, which I quite liked up until I realised it's a terrible idea, is I had a class which would have all of these details on, and for me to actually, if I go find all references, let's have a look. So I've got a card master script, which does this long sort of complicated rigmarole where it goes through loads of multiple different classes to find what the to get the details of the card. And it turns out if you use scriptable objects, it's going to make life significantly easier, and it will make life a lot easier for the future as well, as and when I make more and more cards. Because every time I was making a card, I'd have to go into the card cost class, the card text class, all of this, and I'd have to change them all individually. Whereas with a scriptable object, we can change everything on one little card. Right, so ideally, by the end of this, I can probably literally just get rid of all of this once I've fixed it all. It will still take me a little while, but I'm looking forward to doing that. So yeah, that's number 1. Another thing that I kind of want to explain as well. So this card scriptable object, what does all this mean, right? Because this is actually when I saw it, whenever I see any new sort of coding or anything, I want to make sure I know exactly what everything's doing. So we've got create asset menu, file name equals fresh card, and menu name equals card. Right, that means that when I'm here. Right, one of the things that I can create, a new thing that I can create, is a card, right? But if I was to change this name here, it would be called something else. But I feel card is probably the safest option. And what this fresh card means is, if I were to create a card, its default name would be fresh card. So I'm going to get rid of that for the time being. Right, so I'm looking forward to kind of getting that whole system online and getting it to work. That will require me actually sort of doing a little bit of backtracking, trying to work out, essentially trying to eliminate all this and trying to get it to work. But I think it will just be a sort of a good fun sort of systematic sort of process. Right, the other thing that I'm looking to do, so that's number one. Number two is, where are we? We have got attack building script. This is the perfect thing. Right, so basically I've got a bunch. Right, there's 730 lines of code in this. Right, and if you go into the defense building script, we've got another like 500. Right, we can actually eliminate so much of this if we had one big hardcore script. Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would be cool. I think like it would just be nice, so whenever I have to create a card, I don't have to go into each individual class and like, yeah, and change. It'll be like, okay, what's it's called? Right, let's go into a different class, change that. I think it would just make life would be so much easier if I could just create a card. But it will, you know, there's going to be some hiccups on the way. I can see that coming. So we've got so there's so much stuff here that is essentially code that is almost word for word repeated, but with a few little differences. So what I'm looking to do, we're going to have a big old script that we're going to attach to this master that's going to be called, in fact I'll do it now, and it's going to be a core script. C# script. We're going to call it bean manipulator script. So the reason I say manipulator is because it's not going to be just for it's going to be for both creating beans and hopefully getting loads of actual important things that beans need to do all in one script. So that way we can sort of alleviate loads of these big old coroutines and just have it all into one. So that's what I'm looking to do. And the other thing, right, this is the death animations. So I'll show you as far as we've got so far. I think I might even have it open here. Oh yeah, that's it. Right. So where did I put it? I'm trying to remember where I saved it now. Official. Yeah. So let me see if I can actually get it looking roughly what I want it to look like. So we get rid of that one, get rid of that, and get rid of that. So the idea is I want them, when the beans die, I've got a bit of an animation where they just kind of splatter and then fall down. And it's, and so I'm going to kind of like try and put that in, because at the moment when the beans die, they just destroy, they just click off the screen, whereas I'd rather have an animation. And I'm going to do what I would consider the sort of the best technique of actually destroying the bean, but just before it gets destroyed, you create a game object on top of it, which is the death animation. So, like, they're the big three things that we're going to do today, and I have no idea how long it's going to take me to do any of them. I'm not very good at time management, so hopefully I can get them all done and it's going to be awesome. There is a chance I might get like a couple of them done or one of them done and then be like, oh no, that took me an entire session. But we'll see how it goes. Right, and I'm trying to work out, right, what do I want to do first? Okay, I think I want to tackle, this is going to be the most taxing. Getting all of this, getting the scriptable objects online, I think is going to be the tricky one, because there's quite a lot that needs to change for this to work. So I think we just get cracking and go for it. Right. So we've actually got a card class here. Basically, it's just all of this, isn't it? Let's just copy this and paste all of this. Okay, now, just purely because this whole scriptable objects is a little bit new to me, let's actually put this in an order that makes sense. So I think the card name should go at the top. mana cost, card level, card sprite, card type. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, here's one thing which has been sort of taxing me slightly. Like, I've got to work out, like, because there's card levels, there's going to be like 3 levels of each. I don't know if I need an array of card texts, because there's going to be it's going to have different text dependent on what level, and it's also the same with mana cost. So how do we deal with this? I think it's something as simple as we just turn these into arrays, so that way we can deal with all of them. Okay, so I think first straight off the bat, I think we've only created like 5 cards so far, so we're going to create 5 of these and then put all the right stuff in them. I think we just get cracking. Right, let's do this thing. Okay, so I'm just going to do one, and I'm going to do one first, and so we create a new card, and hopefully I can just have all the information somewhere that I can just copy and paste. Although, by the sounds of things, I'm going to have to open up all of these classes, but that's okay. So card cost class. Let me go make life a little bit easy on myself. Close all but this. Oh yes, of course. Oh, of course, because the advantage with this, it means we can just drag the image on, which will make life a bit easier as well. I like that. Text, that's good. And card type, brilliant. Right, so we've got them all up. Now, this is going to be quite hard to do because we can't have dual screens on a stream. So I'm going to copy... actually, no, it's going to be a bit difficult. So I'm going to copy all of the stuff. Right. So, resources, fresh card. Right, this is our first one. So, when it comes to naming it, I'm going to... Yeah, this is why partly it's going to take a while as well. Army... recruit. So its technical name is going to it's not going to have spaces. It's just going to start with capital letters each new word. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem down the line. So right, this is just a matter of me copying from the right side and pasting in card name. There we go. So all of these, this is always going to be, there's going to be 3 different mana costs. In this case, the mana cost is going to cost the same each time, but that's okay. So Control C. Yeah, so this is it's quite a big deal because it might take a little while. That we will have some hiccups on the way, but let's see how we go, really. Right. So yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, creating 3 different cards for different levels. I actually, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Because yeah, I suppose the advantage. Because I mean, sometimes I've got a good retort, no, that's a terrible idea. That might actually make sense. Yeah. You know what, KO2 fan, I actually agree with you. I think you're right. Because you are right. Having arrays does feel a little bit ugly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sold. Let's go for it. So, in fact, what I'll do very quickly is I'm just going to edit this, and I will, yeah. I think it's more. I was thinking like if ever I'm upgrading a card for whatever reason, it would be easier if it was the same card. Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, just duplicate it. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I'm sold. But what I'm going to do through habit though is I'm going to do 0, 1. So we just need to change some of these again. Right, not there. This bad boy. Right. Okay. So I'm just moving this over so we can't see. Right. It looks like I'm actually having a bit of a lag spike. I can only apologise. Right. Okay. So card text. So mana cost is, it's going to cost 2. Card level is 1. The sprite is I was hoping I was going to get an image to use that as a reference. Right, so card recruitment. Let's just copy it. Didn't actually copy the original one. Right, sorry. Trying to sort of bounce between. There we go. Now I want to have a little look at this before I'm happy with that. That's so it's called Army Recruit. The actual text name is Army Recruit 01. The mana cost is 2, although I just want to just check. It is 2. Okay. I think we're ready. Right, so we just need to do this, duplicate this, and just change this number. Right, change this one to 10. So this is going to be the, yeah, like I say, this will just take a little bit of time, but so let's go create a new card. Let's get all the names. I'm just clicking on the, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Right, let's have a look. So. Guard. Okay, guard recruit. Yeah, so here the names are going to remain the same. It's just the, yeah, that's that bit that's going to change. So we know it costs 2, card level 1, and what I kind of want to do, I just want to just check that I am actually referring the correct card. I suppose we can just drag it on, can't we? Probably. Yeah. Oh yeah, is my head covering that? Yes, it definitely is. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Right. Ah, yeah. So it feels like my camera is just giving me grief, but everything else seems to be working all right. Let me just try and turn it off and back on and see what happens. No, it's just got me frozen in this one position. I can assure you, I'm not just. This isn't just my perfect like poker face of just being like, right, what do you got? Right. Anyway, I'm gonna have a little play around with that at some point. Okay. Right, so it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. So we want that one there. Card type, I believe it's also recruitment. And let's just get the text correct. Yeah, I'm so focused that it looks like I'm not moving at all. Yeah. Just keep a perfectly straight face. It's like he is so focused right now. Yeah, I think like during the break I'll have a little. It might just be a matter of me unplugging and plugging it back in, but I'll come to that in a sec. That's it, just for the time being, because I'm just going to be worried. I'm just going to switch it off. Right. Okay. So, where are we up to? We are getting the card text. Putting this bad boy in here. And then we just got to duplicate this. That'll be 7. And like I say, there's a few things which I haven't quite worked out exactly like how I'm going to fix all this in, but like I'm going to hopefully just kind of work it out as I get there. But I think the first thing is just making sure we've got all these 5 cards. So it's a bit of a like I say, had I done this sooner, I wouldn't have to worry about this too much. But and just because it's going to be annoying me, I'm going to create a folder just called script, just that I can just store this in here. So I still know it's there. I just don't like it getting in the way in the way of everything. Right. So. Whew. Okay, let's go create a new card. This one is... Ah, no, not there! No, not there! Right. I'll find out what it's called. Right, so we've done Guard Recruit, Army Recruit, Guard Recruit. Oh, yes, that's okay, though. Right, so we have got a bit of code here to that we'll have to deal with at some point down the line, but that's okay. So metal wall. Right, let me just get all this information now. So metal wall 01. Let me actually put it into the correct place over there. That's great. Okay. Metal wall. It's going to cost 1 mana. Card level 1. Oh, did I change the card levels with all of these? No, I didn't. I haven't changed the card level with any of them. Let me quickly do that. So that is card level 2, and that is card level 3. 2 and 3. Metal wall, card level 1. So it's that one. Right. Card type. Sorry, looking on the other screen. It's going to be a spell. And we've got the card text, which is okay, and it's 15 and 25. Like I say, it's like when I kind of look at this, I think this metal wall card is actually a little bit too overpowered. Card level 2, and then we can change to 15. And it also gives us the option, if ever we wanted to have different images for different levels. We can do that if we want. Okay. Right. 2 more to go. Let me just check. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. New card. Sustained attack. It's created it in the wrong place again, but I'm okay with that. That's an interesting point. Can I turn it into a 2-player versus game at some point in the future? I haven't thought that far ahead. When I was trying to learn, because what I wanted to do with Boxitaire, I did want to have a kind of like 2-player versus and a 2-player co-op version. And I realised that the concept of actually having 2 different games, 2 different like PCs interacting with each other, that's a skill in and of itself, which, you know, I do want to actually learn at some point. But like when I actually essentially try to dip my toe into that, it's actually a little bit, it just confused me quite a lot, because you have to deal with like servers and stuff, and you know there has to be one that's a host, one's that, you know, and it just confused me a little bit. But it's something that I really am intrigued in. Right, that's all the information we need there, so we can just Control-D. There is a package called Mirror that will handle most of it for you. It's really good, and it's used in... Oh, really? Huh. Okay. That's actually really interesting. I did not know that. Oh, by the way, hey Gliss as well. Hey. Yeah, okay. I think the thing is, you haven't steered me wrong so far, KO2 fan. So I'll have a look into that actually, because it would actually. I do like. Obviously, the thing is kind of my favourite sort of games are like co-op games. I always, generally do like sort of multiplayer games as a rule. Right. Let's see. Okay. So I'm just changing them. I haven't got a particular system as to how I'm changing them. 8 attackers. Just no real order, but I just need to get all this changed. Right. Okay. So we've just got the Ranger now. No, I'm not going to get caught in that trap again. Right. I can't remember what I called it. Sorry, I'm just having a look over here. I was just scrolling who. Ranger Recruit. Let's have a look. Scope of the... it might be better to focus on... Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, because one thing, I genuinely do think that like Boxitaire would have made a very good like either 2-player co-op or versus, because I just like the idea that you're building up the same sort of tally with someone else, and you're both like trying to get like a combined high score together, or indeed an actual battle. Right, anyway, Ranger Recruit. Yeah, so... Oh, by the way, sorry. When I'm looking on the other screen, all I'm doing is literally just grabbing this, copying, and then pasting. I just thought, just to keep you in the loop. Fruit. Man, it's 1. Card level's 1. think it's that one there, but let's just double check. Yeah. Right. Card type. I think this is also recruitment. Right. Where am I? There we go. Sorry, just moving this over. Just yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I probably got to stay consistent with whether I'm putting a full stop at the end of each line. Ranger recruit. I think that's all the information we need, so we just need to duplicate this. Rumpletown 2, Rumpletowns. Well, I think that's. I know that there's a lot of games where like they've introduced like the second player. Yeah, like. You know, like Sonic and Sonic 2. It's like, oh, Sonic 2 is 2-player. Wow, what a coincidence! It's Sonic 2. It's you've got Tails. You know. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Right. So that's good. I don't know if that ever happens when you assume you press one button and nothing happens. You're like, oh, what did I actually press? And there's that sort of slight panic of, have I deleted everything? Have I? How did I do this? Right. Okay. 3. Okay. Right. So we have now got. We've got all the cards that we need. Now, how are we going to actually change all of this? I don't know. I don't know yet. Let's go. I think this is. We just got to change all the code. So I think we just need to go into here, find every reference to this, and then just change it. Okay. So over here, we have to. It's easier said than done. I don't use Windows, but can you pin Visual Studio so it's always at the top? I think so. I think the only problem is whenever I have Visual Studios open, I kind of want it to take the whole screen. I think you can kind of like put it to the side and stuff, but I can't for some reason. If ever I have like half code, half everything, it like I just can't really focus on one thing, so I need to just absorb everything into one thing. Yeah, actually, you're completely right. Yeah, I probably could actually. I think there is a way. Yeah, you are right. There is a way to do it. I'm just not 100% sure how. Right. So we're going to go get a new function that's going to be called public. So we'll still have this master script. Public. So this is actually where I'm a little bit confused. I think we can do this. Right, get card scriptable object so string card. I'll call it card ABR just so there's no confusion. And int card level. Okay. So, right. I actually have no idea if this works, but we'll find out. If I have... This is just a bit of an experiment. Oh no, hold on, no. Resources. Right. Let's have a look. So I want to just see if we do actually get hold of this. So what we'll also need to do... yeah, this is going to be a big old step, but... so what I'm going to do as well... Yeah, this is all going to be a bit of a sort of test, because I want to just see what happens. So we're going to have a card SO. Yeah, this is just completely just to test this function does roughly what we want it to do. Okay, right. I think, you know what, we're going to start on the next line. Z it is. Okay, void update. Because I'm a little bit scared to actually go into... So, sorry, we're getting the next button that does something. So, Z. If input dot get key down keycode dot Z. Yeah, this is just doing a sort of internal test. It doesn't actually matter because at the moment none of these arguments matter, but I just want to put them in. Okay, so, and also I just want to go debug.log. Right, okay, so I mean the payoff's not going to be huge. So right, we've got a couple of things that we want to test. So my plan is, now that we've made these new scriptable objects instead of the classes, I have done a input function where if you press Z, it's going to do this function, which is essentially just going to get hold of our first army recruit card, and then we are going to print out its name, and hopefully we'll be able to see that card somewhere in its public thing. So let's have a look. Because yeah, there's this chance I might have still missed something quite obvious with the with how scriptable objects work. So card master script. Okay, right, that's still there. That's public and that's visible, and I'm happy with that. Right. Again, this I just want to check this works. So. Okay. Right. Okay, so pressing Z. Oh, of course it's not working. Of course it's not working. And I know why. It's fine. Everything's fine. We just want to get there. So, yeah, I've just gone... Yeah, I forgot that when you're doing resources, you've got to do the whole thing. So that's fine. Yeah, this is why we do all these tests. So hopefully that should be all right. Right. Okay. Second attempt, or the first attempt, because the last bit was completely edited out. Okay. Right. Where are we? Master. Okay. So hopefully I press Z and it will have something over here. Okay, yes, and it's printed off that. Boom, let's go. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, right, we've just got to do that another 15 times. It's right. It's not going to be as bad as that. Okay, so switch. Oh, maybe we can have card name there. Okay. Yeah, because this can just... I thought in my head we would have to... So, I've got a series of options here, and I don't know what to do. So here's the situation. I can literally just have it, So right, I want to kind of spitball ideas here. So we can. I'm just going to go Control C, Control V. So an idea would be oh, hold on. Because I want to kind of say, like, because that's actually, that would technically work, wouldn't it? So let's just have a little test. I'm not saying this is what I'm going to do. I'm just saying that is, we could technically do that. Yeah, missing the O, yeah, exactly. Like, this is genuinely a way that we could do this. I was prepared to have a massive switch statement and then multiple switch statements within it. Do I like this? Can I go to sleep being like, okay, you were prepared to do quite literally 30 lines of code to try and fit all this in, and you've done it in one. Am I happy with that? Am I happy with myself? I mean, yeah. Were you saying no, we got to do the 30 lines of code. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you might be right. Let's just see if this works, because oh, so yeah, you're saying like kind of so what we could do, we could have something like card, so just about here. I'm just going to leave that up there just to remind myself that I could do it another way. Yeah, so if I have, say, like if card SO is equal to null, then right, okay. So that way, at least we know. Every time we're pulling out a card, we're going to get this help. I probably should have like something like help. We've got a null card here. Oh, debug.error. So this is another thing, right? I've only ever used debug.log. So is debug.error, will that actually pause the so okay, so what I'm going to do, first of all, I want to just see if all of this works, because this should be valid and we shouldn't see this, and then I want to see what happens if we just miss a letter out and see how it goes. So first of all, yeah, I like this. I might have to. I can avoid having to do 30 lines of code to get all this into place, and it will progressively get more code, whereas this actually skips an awful lot. Right. Let's have a look. So This is what we're looking at the moment. Okay, so I'm pressing Z. Ah, okay. Made a mistake somewhere. Like, it doesn't surprise me too much because that was quite a lot to go wrong. So we have. Hold on. However. Oh, yes, and it stopped playing. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, brilliant. Right, so we created the error message accidentally, and we might have a bit of a problem, but let's see. Army, I want to check that I spelled everything correctly. Oh, yeah, log error, yeah. Ah, okay. I need to remove the 0, 1. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me just try and... Oh! Yes! Yes! Yep. I mean... Yeah, I was going to say, I could technically put 0 there and then delete this. But then I would look like a mad person, so that's fine. Right, yeah. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I genuinely thank you. Like, again, this is one of those sort of problems that I would have reached, but it would have taken me like another sort of 20 minutes to half an hour or longer, you know. Right, okay. Like, I appreciate that so much. That saved me so much time. Right, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course, haven't pressed Z yet. Yes, right, like, awesome. Okay, right, let's go. Okay, brilliant. Right, the world is good. Okay, right. So this is about step 2 of about 100 to actually get all this changed, but that's okay. We'll get there. Yeah, that works. Oh man, I tell you, well done for spotting the 0, 1 thing. Yeah, that would have taken me just a lot longer to work out. Right, okay. So every single reference to this card class, I think we need to just go. We need to just change all of these. So let's go. Yeah, so this is going to be like I say, this is going to be a big, heavy sort of coding stream to test everything. So we just need to. Yep, I see what all of this is about. Okay, I think the most efficient method is to change this number here. Just take off, like, we're going to be flooded with about 1 million error messages, but bring it on. Right, okay, so this is going to be card SO. Right, now I'm going to get attacked. You better not have done that. No, I have. I've done it. Right, okay, let's just fight all the error messages they come. So, okay. Now, I think it's easier if we just go back onto here. We're just going to get... Oh, okay, I need 2. That's fine. I was expecting more. Right, so here we need to change this to card SO. And let's go rename this to card SO. Okay, let's just... Now that we've done that... Yes, right, 7. Okay, let's just go for it one by one. Oh, some of these are just testing, but that's okay. We actually kind of want to do this, so that would be... so we just need to get rid of these spaces here. And... we're just going to change this because I want to actually delete this get card class. So get card SO. Okay. All right. Bring on the error messages. And I don't know, actually. This is just sort of, yeah. Like, I don't know if this, KO2 fan, I don't know if this is your method where you're just like, okay, we're just going to create a bunch of error messages, bring it on. Or if you're like, let's see if I can get them before they become error messages. No. Okay. Card SO. I want to kind of remove the word class as well, just to make it a bit easier. Yeah, exactly. I think it's like in my head, like because you're right, like kind of. I think just psychologically, because if in real life you're trying to fix something and you made the decision being like, I'm trying to fix this, right? For me to be able to fix this, I need to get a sledgehammer and smash everything, right? And then now I know what all the things are broken, so I can then fix them. It doesn't logically make sense, but it's just, to me, it's like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Right, perform card action. So, where does that card class go? Where is this from? We're actually developing into the card. Okay, right. Again, smash everything up. Right, so we're going to change this. We're just going to simply change it and see what happens. Because I think, I think as ugly as this is going to look for a while, I want to rename that. As ugly as this is going to be, oh yeah, and we want to change that to card SO. Oh no, what have I done? I have remove and sort. Okay, we'll sort that out later. Right, here we go. Okay, right, bring it on, bring it on. Okay. And even though obviously this is like going to be a bit of a mission to go through, like the payoff is going to be brilliant. Right, cards in deck. Okay, we'll come back to that one because this is going to have to. Oh no, this is the deck script. Okay, fantastic. Right, just bring it all on. Right. So what I kind of want at the end of all of this is when we go to the card class and we look for references, there will literally, it does actually. Yeah, it gives you a chance to refactor any craft that builds up. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is quite therapeutic. So yeah, my plan at the moment is, right mouse button, find all references. There's a bunch of stuff here. By the end of this, I want to make sure that when we're trying to find all references, there will literally be none. So we're just essentially deleting card class from our history. Right. So card. Oh yeah. Right. back to the most efficient way of finding 13. Right. Let's go. Set up basic deck. Oh yeah. So. Good. Get card SO. And we just need to get rid of these spaces as well. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that when you're making a name for any script at all, it doesn't like having spaces in it. You can have underscores, but yeah, right. Okay, right. Where are we up to now? Down to 5. Add cards to deck. Oh. Huh. I can't remember what actually calls this. Let's just... Oh, I think this is just for when we're discarding. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, like I say, we're gonna have to break a few eggs to... Okay. I know that in the past, this is how I've kind of fixed things. Like, I have just thought, like, I want to change this. About 100 different lines of code are relying on this being this particular way. So it is going to be a bit of a mission, but that's okay. Right. Get classes from... Ah, yes. Okay, so this discard pile script. Let's go get this one here. Okay. Yeah, this is a little wild, but that's okay. Right. Next time you know to use scriptable objects from the start like you do. Yes, yeah, you're completely right. I think, like, with me, I quite often when I'm trying to learn something, like, with everything, it's like, I want to make sure I fully understand it before I use it. So one thing which has still always slightly perplexed me is when it comes to saving and loading. You know, as much as I know the code, it's more I know the code because you know, because I saw it on YouTube, but it still does confuse me exactly what's going on. Okay. Right. Again, much easier to just check out. Yeah, got even more. That's fine. Let's go fix them. Shuffle cards. This is the thing that shuffles all the cards around, so you get randomised. Yeah. But like, I think this is. I mean, this is partly why I love coding as well. You sort of learn so much as you go through. Yeah, this is quite therapeutic. I'm enjoying this. Okay. So one thing which which we're going to like fix at some point is when we've got the card in hand, all the text is just going to be one line. I wonder if my thing is still working. No, it's still got me frozen on that one spot. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little play, see if I can get it on a little bit. It's just got me in intense coding position. Right. So save all that. That's good. Right. Oh. Right. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Okay, sorry. It's saying that I've done everything's fixed. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Right, let's go get rid of these. Huh. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. It's going to be essentially a method like that. I mean, basically my plan is I'm going to unplug it, then re-plug it in, and kind of hope it works. Because there's no real reason why it shouldn't be working. Because it was working at the beginning, but yeah. Right. Okay. Right. So I'm pretty sure we're going to run into some error messages. So the only thing that we know, the only problem that we know is going to happen is the text on the cards is just going to be one long line. Okay. All right. Okay. So we knew that was going to happen. That's fine. Probably better do a card that does something. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Turns out we've literally got one more thing to do, and then that's the whole classes thing sorted, I think. And then we can just delete classes. Okay. All right. I really thought that was going to take me longer than that. Brilliant. Right. I'll tell you what. Right. Okay. So how are we going to deal with that? Yeah. Right. Okay. Fantastic. Right. So we need to go into the card scripts. Can't remember where it's kept. That's Sprites, so I'm going to be a while looking in there. Scripts, card scripts, card script. So that's card text mesh. Oh, text mesh is. Okay, yes, that's fine. Okay. Mana cost is fine. Oh yeah, so it's card type. It's just basically there, isn't it? We've got to do all this code but make it 16. I just remembered the 16 from earlier. Okay, right, let's see if that works. Yeah, like that's, yeah, so this, right, okay, so, right, does the text stay on? Yeah, cool, right, so we're going to see, okay, again, right, you shouldn't, this is probably a bad technique, but I'm going to try, I want to try and crash this, because I haven't play tested since since I made a, since I sort of did this whole sort of like cards being a lot more fluid, I haven't done any rigid play testing, so I'm actively going to try and crash it and see if I can crash it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, end turn, end turn, end turn, end turn, end turn. Okay, that still works. All right, brilliant. Okay. And yeah, hold on. Oh, and oh, that's interesting. Okay. So might have got the ordering slightly wrong here. Let's just... It's going to be quite hard to test. Oh, I might not have just flicked it properly. Okay. All right, anyway, that's working as well as I'd hope it to work. Right, brilliant. Okay. Right, fantastic. Okay, right, so I'm actually really happy with that. All right, so my plan is I'm going to get myself a quick coffee, and I'm going to see if I can play around with the... Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, I'm going to make a quick coffee, and I'm going to see if I can get the camera settings to work somehow. It will probably be a matter of, like Liz said, turning it off and on again, but I'm just going to sort of unplug it and replug it in and see if it works. Right, let's go. Okay, right, this won't be too long at all, because I'm going to have a chilled coffee. Right, I'm going to put my mic on audio because you don't want to hear me going, I can't get to the back of my computer, no. Right, you probably don't want an audio commentary on that. So anyway, I'll be right back. Hey, right, we're back. And I'm still frozen in that same spot. I couldn't fix it. I think, like, kind of, I'm probably going to have to stick with the fact that I'll have to actually work it out off stream. Like, it might have been something that I've set, but it's going to be quite difficult to kind of fix it on screen. I did try unplugging it and replugging it. It didn't seem to work. Right. Anyway. Oh yeah, cool. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh, quality. I didn't actually. Yeah, no, that's cool actually. Like kind of Twitch Turbo. I thought that had actually all been kind of like filtered out. I didn't know Twitch Turbo was still around. But yeah, that's awesome. Right. Let's rock. Okay, so we've done basically 1/3 of the stuff that we're going to do. Oh yeah, of course. I'm just coffeeing it up. Just imagine that I'm drinking a coffee at the same time, just to give you the sort of mindset. Like, he's going for it. Right. Okay. So, what are we going to do? We are going to get scripts. Let's go into this bad boy. Scripts, we've got a core and hang on. I have a feeling I'd actually fix this because I've got Big Bean transfer script, which is completely empty, and I made another one called that. Okay, what one sounds better? I kind of prefer the sound of Big Bean transfer script. Yeah, okay, right. I actually realised that I had created an empty one. I was like, oh, this is going to be part of my plan. So I created this bean manipulator script. They're basically going to... I just couldn't work out a name. Big bean transfer. Let's go. Big bean manipulator, you're off the table. Get out of here. Right, big bean transfer script. Oh, yeah, I suppose... Oh yeah, they removed it when they made subscribers have no ads, but then brought it back when they changed it to so subscribing only removes ads. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting actually, because I do watch a lot of Twitch. I won't lie. It's one of those things where it's like I quite often have it just as I'm sort of, going to sleep. I just like watching a bit of like Hearthstone and stuff. Just, but yeah. Anyway, right. So actually, hold on. So resources. I want to kind of go into here and drag on the new script. Okay, now let's close all but this. Okay, so first of all, we're going to have a public static big bean transfer script, and we're going to call it instance. Wake instance equals this. So now everything, every single script can get hold of this to do something. Yeah, and I think this is going to be. Yeah, this will be quite nice, and we're definitely going to have a busy. I'm going to put this in now before I forget. Public bool that's called bool. No, that's called busy. Right, let's rock. I've only joined in 2012. I watched it when it was just Justin TV, but didn't sign up until it was Twitch. Oh yeah, no, that's fair enough. Actually, I know that. Well, I think at the time, I think I was. I know I was watching. I was kind of into League of Legends. I wasn't particularly any good at it, but I was. I quite like watching other people on that, and that's how I've eventually learnt about Twitch. So it was when League of Legends started to become new. Right. Big bean. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get hold of the building script, and because we kind of want to convert. We want to work out exactly, because essentially all of this we can just convert into one thing, but for the time being I just want to have the one that creates. So create beans for army. Create beans for army routine. Oh yes, that's this move individual bean. So I think we need all of this. Okay. Right, so again, bunch of error messages, but that's still all good. Okay. So yeah, right, create beans for army. So that's generic enough. And we're going to have like a bunch of arguments in here so that we can deal with all of the different different booleans. So this here, I'm just going to cover that out. And I'm just going to put a debug because we do need to, yeah, on. It doesn't work that way. And I'm going to have just a word called fix here, so I know, just to remind myself that this does need sorting. Okay. Start coroutine, move condition. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, we do want that. We want to have a... Yeah, we'll still keep it all public for the time being. Yeah, this will be a little complicated as well. So I'm just keeping this as a reminder as to... Oh, right, so this is actually all that's going on here, but there's quite a lot that's going on over here. So... So here... Let me have a look. In fact, it would make so much more sense to have these side by side. Bean scripts. So that's a list of bean scripts, which is fine. So what we want here as one of the arguments is to have a list of bean scripts. That's fine. And when we go in here, yeah. So the more I'm looking at, this is going to be a little bit confusing. But let's have a look. Because I'm hoping I can fit all this in, because it just seems such a shame to have so much code like repeated. And I'm pretty sure if you put a list in as an argument and then you make changes to it, it will affect the change of whatever of the thing that's put in the argument. It will essentially change what's happening on the bean script that you put in. So, for example, in the defenders, where we've got these bean scripts, we're going to put this as an argument to go in here, and all the changes I make to it will affect that one. Oh yeah, I think for me to be able to, I've got to become... Now, I haven't fully understood the whole system yet. There's something called being an affiliate and being a partner. But that's very kind of you, though. You know what? Just the gesture is very nice, Gliss. But yeah, it's going to be a little while, I think, before I would become. Yeah, it's like I say, it's an affiliate and a partner. I think partner's more difficult to become, and I think that's the one that means that you can get subscribers and stuff. Right. So bean scripts. Oh yeah, we need access to this. Yeah, so this is, again, I'm doing something similar to what I was doing earlier, in that I'm essentially creating a bunch of error messages and just fixing them one by one. This can be private, I guess. Private game object bean go. I might even be able to get it from... Yeah. I could have just copied that whole line, but don't worry. We're just getting that bit. Okay, so this is just making sure that I've got access to the generic bean. Oh, cool. Oh, right. Okay, so okay, 50 followers and an average of three viewers. Right, I've got my work set up for me. I think, like, kind of, to be honest though, I just enjoy streaming so much. I think it means I can kind of talk to myself and you know. Oh yeah, once you hit affiliate, yeah, Twitch is more likely to recommend the channel because yeah, it'll grow faster off that. Yeah. That sounds cool. I think, like, kind of, but to me, as much as I do love at the moment, this is just more of a hobby, you know. But it's just a hobby that I love, you know. It's a hobby that I wish I could have a career out of. Right. So. Just have a look. Right, so there is something kind of slightly fancy that I want to do, which oh yeah, so what we need to do, we need to work out how to fix all of this. So we need a an argument, a new argument. Yeah, like I say, there was going to be a bunch of arguments, so we can actually just call it building trans. So we'll call it local vec spawning pos. So yeah, we're gonna. This is why it's always a little bit awkward having two scripts either side, because you're like, I don't have enough screen to do all the things. Tim Budette is an indie developer. He makes more money streaming than he does with his games. He does have about 200 subs though. It's about $2.50 a month. Oh right, oh yeah, no, that is interesting to know. Actually, I think because I think I've still got, like, my passion is still in making games. Yeah, streaming is brilliant, and it means I'm so much more productive when I am streaming. But I think when it actually just comes to making games, that's just what I just love it. Right. Okay, we're just kind of going through all these, changing this one by one. Right, this is an interesting conundrum. How do I deal with this? So we could just have yeah, I think we just have to have idle, move, and action sprites. And they're going to just be an argument at the top. I think that's still more efficient. I think I'm still fine with that. Right, so I'm just going to kind of squidge this to the side so I get a bit more space. So, building trans, spawning back. Why is that giving me an error message? Let's have a look. Oh, I see where we're going wrong here. Oh yeah, I've what's the expression? Something like made a rod for my own back or something like that. But that's okay. I know it's going to be a bit ugly, but I think this will. This again. I'm making all these changes that I'm making today are going to make it everything so much easier in the future, and I think it's a good payoff. Eventually, right? Yeah, it's a bit of an ugly. Yeah, right. Okay, so we've just got 3 more big variables to put in, but that's okay. Sprite. And we've got, what is it? Idle move, and we'll call it action sprites. Yeah, it feels a little bit ugly at the moment. I think it'll be okay though. So that should give me a squiggly line. Yeah, that's good. Now this is no longer here, so yeah. And I think it'll feel quite good when I can just delete all the stuff. Oh, so that's a really good suggestion. So what you're saying is basically a struct is kind of like just another like class or something. Again, like this is why I love this. Like, because structs is just like another class like this or another script. But we get rid of the monolith behavior and we just have a bunch of all the things. The honest answer is yes. I think that's a really good idea. However, I kind of want to make sure this works, and then I'll create one afterwards. But yeah, I completely agree. So first of all, I think for us to actually make a structure, we need to make sure we know all of the variables going in. But yeah, you're completely right. If I'm trying to work out if I were to make it a struct. Would that still so what you're saying is like in here we're going to instead of putting on a bunch of like about 1 million arguments, we're just going to have one argument that has all of it inside it. I like the sound of that. Yeah, I completely agree. So, yeah, let me have a look. Yeah. Like, okay, so I'm trying to work out exactly all the things that I would need to do to be able to do that. I think, yeah, like I say, right, like, you've actually, yeah, I think we put it up in here in these card classes. Create C#, not actually as a card class. I'll move it somewhere slightly different. We'll call it building info struct. Yeah. So this is like I'm delving into slightly new territory here. So I think I'm gonna do that. For the time being, I kind of want to get it to work without that, because like it's a whole concept. It never occurred to me before. Is like I think in Boxer Tear I had a few things that quite literally had. I mean, not even an exaggeration. 25 arguments, like as in it was. Yeah, I can. Oh, you mean as in I can just create it here? like just underneath. So, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so if that's the case, let's go delete this so there's no confusion. Okay. Right, okay, let's go get... Yeah, I completely agree. Yes. I wholeheartedly agree here. So if we have... Yeah. See, this is why. This is so good, actually, having... Oh, it was literally 25. I mean, at some point, I'll show you. I mean, when I say 25, that might be an exaggeration, but I do know that I had literally, like, it was so much that I had to end up putting, like pressing enter and then, like, to fit everything in. Because it didn't even occur to me that I could just turn it all into one class. So... Oh, no, not that, not that, not that. So this is basically what we want, isn't it? Yeah. So let's just go turn this into an actual class. Okay. And the beauty with all this is we can just we can add more stuff to it as well. We're going to make it all public as well. Yeah, and we can obviously change everything. So for create beans for army, we just want a... Forgotten what I called it now. We want a building info struct. Yeah. Right. I was almost going to be, oh, building info struct. I'll just call it BUS for short, you know, as an acronym. So no, it would be, yeah, but like, yeah, that's where my brain went. Anyway, right. Okay. Right. Home. Okay. Right, yeah, and we just put that into everything. Oh yeah, fair enough, man. But no, I want to jam more and more things. I want to jam as many arguments as I possibly can into one routine. Right, yeah. I'll just call it BIS for the time being. Just so it'll be easier to fit in. I'm going to change it later. Oh yeah, cool. Right. So that we can change that to that. Okay. Right, so we're getting there. We're making progress. I'm going to rename a few things because at the moment it's specifically for defenders. This is going to be number of beans in line. Yeah, now that's going to be an interesting one. So we're going to have to introduce a new variable here. I just haven't worked out how it's going to transfer over. It's in line. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a toughie, but because the problem that we have with having integers in here is it doesn't matter what we change there, it won't affect anything on the defense building script, and we want it to affect that. But that's okay. We'll cross that as and when we come to it. Okay. So we're going to change this number of beans to be created so it doesn't mix up with anything else. Number of units in line. That's good. Okay. I know. I think the sad thing is the overall effect of this is is like it won't actually look any different. It's just going to streamline a lot of things for future activity. Right. So this is all good. That works. That's fine. Okay. That's something that we kind of want to fix, but that's okay. That shouldn't be too hard. So float speed. Where have we actually got? Where are we? We've just introduced it there. That's fine. Okay. So this is just going to move to point. And we're going to have movement public vector 3. We're going to have a new set of vector 3s, which are going to be, we'll call them movement vex. So, yeah. So. Okay. So we're going to cycle through. At the moment, there is only one movement vec, but this will give us options. So like if ever we wanted to get a unit to move from one place to another, then another, then another, then this will give us the freedom to do that. So we just need to put them all in. And then we'll have another one which is like public vector 3 end vec. There we go. Right, sweet. So oh, I see what I've done there. That doesn't need to be an array because we've just got a solitary one end vec. Okay, now just checking. This is a bit of a... Yeah, sometimes I'm looking at old code and I'm thinking... and I'm just kind of hoping this is fine. So this should be fine. This should be fine. Okay, so what this is basically doing is it's saying move to a particular vector once you've actually... You know, once you've got to the place, and then work out where in line you will be. But we've got a generic vector here, which is fine. Okay. Cancelling... Okay. Alright, we still have a bit more work to do. So this here will be building struct info dot number of beans to be created. Okay. Right. So now we've just got to translate all of this information into the... Now we can actually put this bad boy back here. Okay. So I'm gonna, because this is still quite useful stuff, I don't want to delete it altogether. So I'm just going to now we're going to temporarily just get rid of all this. Okay. So we're going to create a new version of this. So how's this going to work? Okay. So, big bean transfer script dot instance dot what did I call it again? We've got... How much do you like doing the graphics and stuff? Would you prefer... Oh, I mean, so, oh, that's a really, really good question. When it comes to drawing and stuff, I genuinely, I find that the less like interesting. That's more something that I have to do to be able to make the game. Like if you yourself or you know someone who would like to do drawing, I would be more than welcome is an understatement. It would be awesome if someone else could do some of the like drawing and artwork, but it's just like the overall the slight problem that we have is I can't like guarantee it's like all I can say is if I happen to if the game happens to sell well, then obviously I can give you like a share of stuff, but it's just I have absolutely I haven't really got much to much to actually offer. It's like we were having that sort of discussion of I can put your name in the credits, and then you'll be like look how great I am, I've done that. That's about all I can that I can offer. But that would be way awesome. And it's like the best thing with a game like this is you can kind of be as creative as you like. Whatever you draw, I'll be like I can put stuff in. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it would be brilliant. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, I mean, like that'd be way cool. Like I tell you what, next time we meet up, we'll have a good like sort of chat about it, because that would be like genuinely so cool. Like, because that is like the bane of my life. It's not throughout trying, but I just when it comes to drawing, the only way which I can draw is essentially by just trying to do the sort of mathematical. It's like whenever I've tried to draw anything, I've tried to sort of draw it sort of logically and stuff. Right. So set up. We want all of this stuff. In fact, oh no. Okay. Right, I've just got to do. This does not feel like it's the most efficient method here. I don't know, like, so the thing that I can work with is a file that's called like PNGs, but if you were to give like drawings and stuff, I could probably find a way of converting that into like a PNG. What does PNG stand for? No idea. All I know is that that's the like I just can't think of it. It's the picture folder. So like I'll give you a quick so let's see, where are we? Oh yeah, here. This is my bean splattering routine thing. But all of these are like I'm going to eventually save them as PNGs, and like the number of pixels by number of pixels is like 5. Oh wow. Okay, I am now portable network graphics. Okay, I am now wiser to the situation. Yeah. Yeah, so I love that animation. But yeah, like so one thing like that is helpful is if I go sprite canvas size, all of the sprites are kind of a something to the power 2. So it could be, so in this case it's 512 by 512. but like there can be like 64 by 64, or you can have say 64 by 128. But everything seems to fit a lot smoother if it's a multiple. Yeah, if it's a something that's to the power of 2. Anyway, right. I've just got to get all this right. Right. Bean script. We're actually getting close to trying this out. I know it looks like I'm just changing a bunch of like code. You're like, oh, you wanted to avoid having this long list. I don't need to do this. Whereas the course of action I had before, I kind of had to do it, or otherwise it wouldn't work. Okay, right. Now, what's the easiest way of doing this? So we're moving all this up, mainly so it's just be easier to copy and paste. Okay. Ah, cool. Hey, how you doing? I've got a pen for my iPad, and I'm kind of looking for an excuse to use it. Yes, yes. I mean, that would be way awesome. I think like I generally don't ever like yeah. As far as like pixels like sizes, yeah. I mean, to be fair, literally anything that you could draw, I could probably make use of. Not changing that. Right, movement. Oh, I see what I've done. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can actually scale them with this Sprite thing. I can just literally just shape it to the size that I need. That's, yeah, like, as I say, I'd be eternally grateful. But like, you know, when like sometimes people think, oh, I could get some, I might be able to get some like, you know, when it comes to sort of marketing and stuff, and like that, my skills do not stretch that far. So, but yeah, that'd be really awesome. Oh, I haven't done that one. Okay. Right, so now we've got this far. We've created this. We're putting this in here. But I spent so long on it. I think you're right. I think you're right, you know. Yeah, because... Yeah, okay. I think you're right. Like, the whole point of this is actually to avoid doing this to begin with. We can actually just change them all individually. Well, you're right. I kind of went into automatic mode. Right. So, right. Building... So actually, let's go make life a bit easier on ourselves. Let's put this on the right over here. And we can actually just change all of this. Building struct dot. I've forgotten what I've called it. It's Defender being scripts. Yeah. Yeah, so that way we can actually set up everything, and then we're eventually just going to put this... I may as well put it in now. So this is actually the routine. So we're going to just, at the end of that, do that, and then go... And this has got to be busy as well, so... Because what I'm looking to do as well, at the moment, I'm just dealing with it for creating the beans, but I could probably put all the important stuff into here. Right. Local spawn. Oh yeah, now here's where I've just got to actually get the key information here. So it's that. So this is where it's being created. Defender being idle sprites. Yeah, another thing that's important to note as well, I do want there to be cards eventually that, like, you know, where you can create like armored defender beans straight off the bat. And this code currently doesn't incorporate this. but it won't be much more effort. Now that I'll have this in place, it won't be much more effort to just have another function like this, but just change that into armoured defenders and that into armoured stuff. Okay. Defend sprites. Oh yeah, I still haven't actually got them to use the defend sprite. That's where they're sort of holding the shield up. But that's gonna be a project for another day. Okay. Action sprites, right. Movement vex equals new vector 3 just got to get the right numbers. I think it is just 3 and 2. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit shaky. No, it's not that. It's not that. That's the end vec. So it's 3.5 minus 0.7, but I'm aware that's local. So I don't know why that is local. It doesn't need to be. So I'm going to put this number in, find that it moves somewhere wrong, and then just change it afterwards, I think. So we'll stick with 3.5 minus 0.7 and then change it. So the reason I'm making it... What have I done? Yeah, that's fine. I'm leaving this so they can move to multiple different places before they land. So if for whatever reason I wanted to be spawned and it to go left, then right, then up, then down, then move to a place, at least that gives me the freedom to be able to do that. Dot. Right. Okay. It was quite funny. As I was putting this mammoth-like bit together, I was thinking... part of me was thinking, is this just defeating the point of of what I was trying to accomplish here? Okay. Right. So... Right, at the moment, right, on paper... I think I've got everything there. The only problem is when you create a defender beam, the first point that it will move to will look way off, and I'll just have to correct that. So... Okay. Right. So... Yeah, and... Yeah. And I just want to check as well... right. Okay, so no error messages. That's always a good start. Right. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so this is the new thing. And what I've done is I've just grayed out all of the original army routine. So, let's give it a shot. Right. So we actually need to have defenders here, because the army, I haven't changed anything towards the attackers or the rangers yet. So this is just purely to see... And there's no defenders. Good start, good start. And there's still no defenders. Okay. Oh god. Right, okay. Now, just to confirm, where are we? That is my face right now. That is my exact face. Alright. I may as well leave it on. Right. Okay. Okay. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Where are they actually? Are they at 3-2? That's the question. Where are they location-wise? That is actually, that's better than I thought it was going to go. So I'm kind of fine with that. Let's find out. They're at the minus 4.5. So where is that? Where's the actual... Oh. That's interesting. They haven't gone to the next bit, which is kind of fixable. I've just got to work out why. So they've moved to the first vector. They just haven't moved any further beyond there. So let's go try and work out why. Right, but let's go open this up, see where we're at. So almost, yeah. So what I want to do, because at the moment, I've essentially, yeah, so where we've got all these fixes, I have a feeling it might have got stuck somewhere here. In fact, if we go here, no. I was about to say I was going to have yeah, right. So what we want here is our bean script dot get trans dot position, not local position, just normal position, and we want to have it there as well. And actually, no, we don't. We don't want it there. Because, yeah, one thing which I haven't compensated for the number of defenders in line. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit trickier than I thought. NVEC. Okay. Yeah, let's just see if this ever comes up. And what I'm going to do as well, just so that I'm not like I'm not too reliant on just getting lucky with the hand. I'm going to manipulate the hand so we got more defenders. It's not that one. I think it's here actually. Yeah, I just want to add a few more cards, so it shouldn't actually matter too much. Guard recruit, you know what, let's have 50. Okay, so statistically most of the deck is these guard recruits, so hopefully it'll be, yeah, this way, because this will require a bit of back and forth testing. A deck mostly of right, yes, okay, here we go. Right, so let's try and work out. Oh, it never reaches there. It never reaches there, yet it doesn't give me any error messages, and it doesn't have fix 2. Ooh, okay, so for whatever reason we are stuck somewhere. We're stuck here, and I don't know why. So, okay, this is good. This is going to be. This is why This is why I love this coding. This is what we go for. We root out the problems. So, I think just for yeah. So basically, it's never getting to that fix 2. So somewhere along here, it's remaining perfectly still. And for whatever reason that I cannot work out, it is remaining perfectly still there. But let's just go... In fact, let's see if we ever get to there. So let me just take that off so there's no confusion. Let's see if we ever get to this point. Hold on, let me just try again. Ah. Ooh, okay, right. So it's created 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay. What is going on here? So it's okay, so it is getting the message to go there, but yeah, so it's definitely reached there, but it's reaching there more times than it should do. Okay. Whew. This is going to be a tough. This is going to be a tough one. Oh, hold on. Have we actually still not that one? That one. All right. It's still paused. One thing that will be very useful is okay. Right. So if I unpause, I don't want it on maximum play. That is remaining at 5. Okay. So yeah, that's just confirmed. Oh. And this is continuously getting bigger. Okay. Right, okay, right. Now, that's actually useful. That means that we've got a bit more to work with. Yeah, spotted it. I didn't even know you could do that, to be honest. I didn't think it would allow you to do a for loop without that. Anyway, it's fine. Right, done. Okay, so the problem that we had was we did a for loop, and I just got too excited when I was putting this in that I was like, I forgot to actually increment this. So it's repeating this over and over. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cheers, man. Like, I just like, because we worked out it was stuck there. It's just right. So hopefully, in fact, let me just change another couple of things. Let's go get rid of that and bring this one back online. Yeah, it's like we knew it was to do with that because like the number of beans, it was just moving forever. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay, that's still not bad. Right, we're definitely a step closer. We've just got to work out why the increment isn't going up, and that might be a tricky one. Yeah, I do know why. I just don't know how to fix it. Right, so how do we deal with this? Oh. It's that. Okay. Yeah, this is fix 3. I knew this did need fixing eventually. So I'll still keep that there. So we're incrementing this, and actually now I think about this while it's fresh in my mind. While we're here, because I had another boolean which was adding defenders, so I kind of want here to be adding. I know it looks like we've got more booleans than we need. But it's more like while I think about it, I think that'll be good. Okay, right. So yeah, this still hasn't dealt with the original problem. So what's going to happen? So hopefully this will work now. Let's find out. Okay, good. Now the slight problem is when I create more defenders, they're going to go in the same line, right? And I'll just confirm that. Yeah. Because we haven't actually worked out a way of transferring that number over. So... yeah, okay. Oh, it's actually easier than I thought. I think it's easier than I thought. So all we actually need to do is go... so somewhere here we got a number. Oh. Okay. No, I just didn't do it. But that's okay. So I just missed it anyway. It doesn't matter. Number of units in line equals number of defenders in line. But what we also need to do is have number of defenders in line plus equal our number of beans. Okay, right. So let's give that a shot. So hopefully we can create a few and then it will just kind of work. Okay, so there's one. Let's go make a second. No. Okay, so I just want to check as well. I'm going to end turn. I want to see if I can do 2 in a row and it still doesn't give me grief. So 1, 2. Yeah, that's fine. Obviously, I've got to get that position sorted. So let's try and work out exactly. I'm just going to go step by step as to where it actually moves to. So it moves all the way over there. What we kind of want is... actually, you know what? That's kind of an okay position to go in, isn't it? We could probably have it going a little bit further right, so maybe about... if I go create an empty game object... I think something like, say, there. I think that's a bit more reasonable. So 2, 0. Okay, yeah, because at the moment it's going like 3.5, so it's kind of going all the way over here and then it's moving over. So we can change that number, that's fine. So let's just change that and then we can do the same. So I think 2.0 and... yeah. Just checking I've actually changed the correct one. I think that makes sense. Right, so let's give that a shot. And then once we've done that, we're just going to do essentially the same for all the other stuff. It's always a bit of a pain when that happens. I'm not 100% sure. Like, sometimes the scale of the game just goes down. And I think it will be like that now until I exit Unity and go back in again. And I haven't really worked out why that happens. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Done. Right. Now we just got to. Now this is the sort of. Right. Here's the payoff. So we can actually get rid of all of this, which doesn't look like a lot, but it is. It's almost 100 lines. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's not 100 lines. It's about 80 lines, but that's fine. Okay. So this, to my understanding, find all references. There's no reference. Right. If I'm really scared, I can just keep it in comments. You know what? I'm regularly backing this up. If ever I need to get back hold of this, I can. I've got ways and means. Boom. Boom. Done. Kapow. Right, that felt pretty good. Right. Now, right, we're about to do the same thing again, but for the attackers. It will be... There's going to be an awful lot of copying and pasting. I won't lie. An awful lot. But that should be fine. Right. So we can... This is going to be just a bit more chill now. Oh. So, one thing that... How, like, the number is going up. I just don't know what it is that's a change in that. So let me just quickly find all references. Okay, yeah. So when we're adding defense... Yeah, okay. Everything's fine. I was just, sometimes you're thinking, how does it know, does the number know to go up? Right. Okay. Right. Brilliant. Okay. So we're now... we got to work out exactly what we're changing here, but I really should clear this. I should clear these at some point. Okay. So where's this create? So we basically got to get this. Yeah, so hopefully we just get rid of all of this eventually. And yeah, we're going to get rid of loads of stuff. It's going to be great. Okay. So let's go. Yeah, let's just go copy and paste this and change all the stuff that we need to. At the moment, it's giving me this because there's two different routines for it to follow, and it doesn't know which one. So let's go put this all in green. We still need to refer to this. So I'm gonna... There we go. Right. So this will be, I think, just attacker bean scripts, I presume. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's probably not like, yeah, it's probably not the most orthodox method, but copying and pasting and changing some of the words is attacker being idle sprites. Let's go just change this. Okay. I think it's just attack sprites. Yes, okay. Right. See, yeah, and it's like the red lines just make it so much easier to put to yeah, it just makes it so much nicer and easier. Right. Number of attackers in line. We also got to work out. We've got to change this number. I think it might even be just 00, but let's find out. Oh no! I think we've got to create this number. Yeah, that's fine though. Okay, because I still haven't quite worked out if this will affect anything during the combat. But we're going to have a test to find out in a little bit. So we just need to change these numbers here. So what we got? Move individual bean routine. So that local is still the same. I think we can bring him back to his buddies here. So I'm going to take a bit of a... Oh yes, right. So that's 1 and 2. So the end vec is 1 and 2. And this, I'm going to take a bit of a gamble. I'm going to say it is literally 0 and 0. So I think this is 0. No. Yep. No. Yep. No. Yep. No. Yeah, that's that. And I think this is 1. Okay. Right. Okay. So, is this gonna? Oh no! I've got too many defenders. Ah, right. Okay. We not only let's just while we're here, let's just check these defenders. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It worked. That works fine. Will I chance upon any? No. Right. So, I find that quite funny. It's like, no, I've just filled my whole deck with just defender buildings, defender units. Right. Okay. So, deck script. Right. Okay. Now calm down. Right. Let's go make this 50. Right. Let's go spice things up. Let's go make 25 of these as well. Right. So we've just got a bunch of attackers. Loads of attackers, right. Okay. Yeah, some of the vectors might be slightly off, but let's give this a shot. I'll take it. What we're going to do as well is I want to just see if the attackers do actually attack like they're supposed to. Because I don't know if it's going to change anything. Okay. Right. So we're going to take a big chunk. Yeah, still works. Right. Got them, boys. Okay. Right, we just need to do the same for rangers. And then, yeah, right. Nice. Yeah, that was actually easier than I thought. We can get rid of a bunch of code as well. So this, yeah, even though this is quite an ugly bit of code, this does save an awful lot of space and time in the long run. So we can safely get rid of all this. And move individual bean. I just want to check that this one isn't, there's no references. Yep, we don't need that anymore. So let's go get rid of this. Okay, so now okay, right, I think, is there actually, have I got a separate boolean for, I've only got one for adding attackers, which is fine. We've just got to basically copy and paste and change some of the numbers again. This should be nice and easy. So let's go get all this. Alright, let's go put that all in green. So bean scripts, it's actually going to be ranger bean scripts. Building trans is going to be the same. Local spawning vec is going to be the same. These need to be ranger. So ranger idle, yeah, that's fine. These I just need to change these ones to ranger. Okay, right, yeah, we've got to get the correct point. Oh, yes. So, to my understanding, when these ones are created, they're not actually going to a point beforehand. I think they're moving straight to the place that they need to go. Which I have actually, the code that I've done has compensated for that. I think yeah, there might be a better way of doing this, but I think we just need to create an array of 0 vectors. Right, I think that'll work. So number of units in line equals number of rangers in line. And yeah, it does feel a bit counterintuitive putting like, oh yeah, by the way, how many vectors have you got? 0. I'm telling you we've got 0, but I don't know. Create bins army. So we just got to change this number here. Move it individual ranger routine. So yeah, I've just that. So it's minus 4.5 and 0. So right, and let's go actually spice things up a little bit. We're going to add some, yeah, because I don't know if this is going to work yet. So deck script, let's go bring this back down to 1 and 1. We're going to have a ranger, we're going to have, say, 10 of these, and we're going to test a few things at once here. We're going to have different level ranger recruits as well. So that way we can sort of test them all out. We'll be testing kind of multiple things at once, which is probably a bad idea, because if there's one error message, we won't know where we've got it. But if everything works, then it's going to work out pretty well. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go get this on full screen. Right, add... Yeah, Ranger recruit. Right, add 2 Rangers. Boom. Nice, okay. Right. Yeah. Okay, now I also want to check. Oh no, I think no, it doesn't matter because I haven't got the animation. But like, so if I was to end turn now, it would actually deplete his life to 0. But let's just see. I want to still check that these still get blasted and killed in the same way. So, bam. Right, nice. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Okay, yes. Right, big win. Okay, we made a lot of progress here. That's brilliant. Right. So, right, I need to quickly go to the toilet. And I'm looking to do like kind of the the kind of slightly more exciting thing, which is fit in the like death animation. Yeah. So like so I think so. How long has that all taken us? So that's been like 2 hours 40 minutes ish. Yeah, because I started early today. That's actually good. We're making actually good progress. So now the death animation will be kind of like comparatively quite trivial. Before I go, one thing which I will explain is right. Here we go. I'll need to show a sort of visual representation of the slight problem that we've got. Now, all these bean units, right? It's got a square that kind of goes out like that, which means, and yet my death animation takes up essentially like a bigger square of space. So when I create it, I'm going to simply create a separate a separate like object. So like this is going to be destroyed, and it's going to be creating a whole new object that is purely there to create the death animation and die, and then just destroy itself. The problem that I'll come across is I need to make sure that I align it correctly, which shouldn't be too difficult, but I think it's going to involve me making an empty game object that I attach it and then put it in place. But we'll come to that. Right, okay. Anyway, right, I shall be back in just a couple of minutes. And I'm about to say, how's the camera getting on? Oh no, I've been here the whole time. I've just been poised in video. I've been poised in that position the whole time. No, but yeah, like right. Anyway, I'll be right back. Right, let's rock. Right, so I intentionally, there's a few things that I could have done in preparation, but I thought I would show you the process of what I'm doing, so we know where we're at. Right, so we get rid of that, bring this bad boy up. So all I've got is in Sprite, I've got yeah. So I've actually got essentially all of the images in one go. So we're going to, I think at the moment I've got it set so it's the Rangers. So we're going to let me just have a little look. What's the most efficient way of doing this? So as it is as well, at this precise moment, we only need to worry about the death animations of the unarmoured stuff. So let's have a look. So I just want to check I've got all the correct. Right, boom. So yeah, so may as well start with one. Okay. So if we change that to PNG, green bean. Oh yeah, okay. So it might take a little bit longer because I want to create just a separate folder. We're just going to call it death. Oh no, splatter, but I'm going to have to write this a few times. Splatter. Oh no, we're okay. Sorry, forget all that. Don't worry, ignore me. It's fine. We can actually, because these are actually called splatter. I've already named it. I've already solved that problem. But we still need to have underscore 000. Okay. Don't show this message again. And I just want to check that that's transferred over okay. And once we've done that, I'll just have to quickly do that. It won't take me too long. Just do that for all of the beans. So official beans, green bean. So we've got all the splattering there, and then it moves over to, yeah, that's fine. Okay, right. So Sprite size. Oh yeah. So we are just halving it each time, so it shouldn't matter. 256. Yeah, I'm still going to call it there. 256. Control Shift S. Save as. So this will be 192. This is more just to keep the continuity together. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've also, you know what? I'm going to just change a little bit. I always had it. I was using rot Sprite, so I think that makes more sense. So yeah, we're just getting them of the different sizes. Yeah, I think it just looks a bit cleaner. So yes, we want to save it there, and we're going to overwrite all the others. Yes. Okay, now Sprite. And so I'm pressing Control Shift S, so it saves as the correct thing, right? Okay. And now I think we've just got an empty folder there, haven't we? I just want to double check. Yeah, these don't have anything in. You know what? Shall I just get rid of this whole folder to... I'm just checking all these are empty because yeah, we don't. It turns out 48 pixels is just too small to visualize, so we can just get rid of. Yeah, just so I don't make this confusion in the first. Again, I'm just going to delete this folder because it's empty and pointless. Done. Okay, so right now we can close this again. Open this again. That's fine. Okay, right. So we'll have the attackers next. So that'll be the red one, and attackers have a sword. So we get rid of the shield and get rid of the bow, and we also get rid of the hat, the bandana. So let's just have a quick look. Does that look all right? Oh, it's still got the armor. Let's get rid of the armor as well. Okay, cool. Yeah. So now we are Control-Shift-S, saving it as a PNG. Into 384, red bean. These are still splattering. They're _000. Oh, I've called it generic bean splatter, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so that should be okay. All right, Control-Shift. No, Sprite size 256. Make it all a bit smaller. Control-Shift-S. Yeah, it does feel. I know it feels a little bit arduous to go through all of this, but I just want to be a bit careful that I'm not saving over anything. 1, 2. Okay. Sprite size 128. So, yep. S. Right. Changing this to 96. Right, and then we're going to get onto the cool bit. Okay, so again, it's easier if I just close this and then open this up again. Right, so we want to get rid of the armor, the bandana, the green and the red. We want to get rid of the bow and the wooden shield. Let's have a little look. Yeah. Okay. By the way, I was dabbling with actually having a particle effect as they die, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted to have the splattery effect. Like, I'm still going to use particle effects at some point, but that's going to be an off-stream thing. Just purely because I'm just pretty rubbish at it. It's like, I feel particle effects is a whole skill in and of itself that, like, I can do, but just, you know, there's nothing flattering, there's nothing enjoyable in watching me struggle with particle effects. Right, so that's what we want. Control S. I want to change it to a PNG. Oh yeah, I could have changed that, but that yeah, I probably should have. That's okay. So yeah. We're going to worry about, because at the moment they're all called generic bean splatter. I I slightly missed that. We'll see if we can get away with it, but that's something which I'll fix another time. That's not a problem. Generic bean splatter. Okay. So sprite size. Change it to 256. Okay. S. Control Shift S. Right, changing the size again. Again, like it's Control Shift S, changing this to 96 and putting it in the blue beans. Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking a pause each time. I just want to check I'm not messing anything up. Okay. Right. So we've got all them saved. So yeah, we've got all the splattering. And yeah, like I say, they're slightly off pace, off where they should be, but that's okay. So, right, now that we've got this, I'm going to drag this over to my right screen. And we're going to put them into... put them all in place. So I think it's the size 96 ones that we're going to worry about. So beans, blue armoured beans. And we'll have a new folder that's called Splatter. Yeah, Splatter. Should be fine. Actually, I'm going to call this now. One thing that I definitely will do throughout the remaining development process, whenever I'm looking to create a folder, I'm going to go create, and I will naturally just press card and then delete it and be annoyed at myself. Right, I haven't done that yet, but I guarantee I will do that at some point. Right. So we're just getting hold of the actual splattering ones, which are these ones here, which you can't see while I'm selecting. So let's just, yeah, I'll do it one at a time. So we've got our size of 1 to 8, point filter, and compression none. So that's what we're looking to change all these to. So 1 to 8, point filter, and none. Apply. Okay. Right. Right, let's just go get the others. Green bean. Right, I've just, oh, sorry, just got them all selected there. Create folder, splatter. Right, drag all these bad boys into here. Oh yeah, sorry, by the way, KO2 fan, if you're still here, I've got to say thank you so much for the idea of having structures instead of just having a function with like a million variables that go inside it. That's actually been incredibly helpful. Like, I can't emphasize that. Like, I would never have considered doing that until you mentioned it. I would have just been like, I've just been this guy who's just got literally like 20 different variables all trying to crunch into one like function, and I would have had to have done that multiple times because anyway, so I really appreciate that. Okay, so now that we've got these, I'm going to go back, red bean, splatter, just getting them selected. Create folder, splatter, just change all these numbers over. Okay, right. So we've got all of them in place. We now need to get it working. So how are we going to do that? We are going to we're actually going to create an empty game object, which is going to be, we're going to call it bean splatter go, and we're going to attach to it a sprite, a square sprite there for the time being, and that is going to be, let me just go, let's just pick, that one's fine, just picking this one as a sort of placeholder. So, and now we just got to work out exactly where we need to put it. So I'm just going to, where's it gone? Oh yeah, let's just make it a little bit further. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Let's go 600. It's going to be right at the front. Okay, so we want to create it at the exact point where a unit is. Which, yeah, as I say, there's going to be a little bit of trial and error here. So first of all, I think it's easier if we just take this off here. So we got the exact position. And let's go make this equal to 0, 0, 0. Right, that's fine. Okay, and we want our bean splatter to go 0, 0, 0. Okay, right. So we just basically need to alter this so that it lands perfectly on here. Let me actually change this to a slightly different sprite so we can know that it goes. No, we can't do it that way. Ignore me. Ignore me. We need our first. I think, yeah, that's it. Okay, so I don't know. I think it's going to be a nice round number, like minus 0.5. It's not minus 0.5. I genuinely do think the number is going to be easy to work out. So if I just line it up and then try and work out what, no, minus 0.125. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a round number. I just didn't know exactly what it was. So that's the key number that we're after, minus 0.125 minus 0.125. So the reason I'm doing all of this, so I can set this now. Okay. Bean splatter. SR, that's it, sorry, yeah. That's fine, okay. The reason that I want to do this is so that way, whenever I'm creating the bean splatter thing, I can just create it at the exact location of where the bean dies. Right, so let's go get this function sorted. This is going to be a really basic, so script, bean script, create a new C# script. We're going to call it bean splatter script. It's going to be a really properly basic function. It's as if Visual Studio is like, oh, you're looking to create a new script. Right, well, we'll open this up for you. We're not going to open the script that you've just created, but we'll just open it up there just to remind you that we still exist. Yeah, okay, right. So, bean stuff. Yeah, I think this bean splatter goes quite nicely in here. Okay, and we want to... We can now get rid of this, I believe. Yeah, okay. Now bean splatter, let's go add this. Right, fantastic, yes, right. Some actual, like, fresh coding as well. Right, okay. I've done enough dragging and dropping. Right, I'm ready. Right, so private... yeah, private... Because we don't even need access to the transform. We just need access to the sprite renderer. So we've got that there. Void awake. Bean splatter SR equals... Now we've got to get components... I think it's actually get component in children. Sprite renderer. So the reason we can get away with that is because the actual main, like, parent object is an empty game object. So this just gets hold of the first component in anything that is a sprite renderer. So that we can actually get away with that. That's no problem. So that's good. Okay. So what we need to do is have public void splatter, then destroy self, and we're going to want some sprites to go in here. Which will be splatter sprites, we'll call them. Haven't worked out how we're going to call this yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. This is the routine, so splatter, then destroy self routine. And we're going to want to put these splatter sprites. I'm probably going to start regretting calling it splatter, but I think splatter is a great word to use. Right, so int chom equals aaron.instance.play forward once. So we just put in all the variables in. So what are the animating sprites? They're going to be splatter sprites. I don't think it matters because I've got finishing sprite here because we're going to destroy it straight away afterwards. In fact, we can just put null here. And in Sprite, let's just try 0.1f. Yep, that's fine. Now, I mean, at the moment, I'm still trying to work out how we can actually give it the splatter sprites, but we'll come to that, that's fine. While So this is basically waiting for the animation to occur. And then we simply want it to destroy game object. I tell you what, another thing that I'm thinking of now is we want to have the order in layer as well. So int, call it layer order. Just so we've got, it's going to be at the same level as to where the bean would have been. There we go. Bean splatter SR dot sorting order equals layer order. That should be fine. I think that's just to make sure that it doesn't just kind of get faded behind. Okay, that's basically what we've got to do. How are we going to actually create the whole thing? So, right, basically my brain is coming up with too many different ways of doing it. And the first one that comes into mind... I mean, I don't know if I like it. So the first one that comes into mind is when we're creating it here, we give it the appropriate game object and sprites, but that doesn't feel right. So no, okay. I think I like this. Okay, so what we need here. So this is actually the big transfer script. So this is going to be a big daddy script that's going to do a bunch of things. So we're going to have private game object bean splatter go. And we're going to have access to that. In fact, it's going to be... Let me just copy and paste this and just get the reference. I'm sort of spitballing ideas. I think this probably makes the most sense to just have this. I know it's kind of like a little bit... We don't want to just rely too much, but I think all of the bean manipulation could just be done under one roof of this. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go get hold of it. There we go. Right. So we've got access to it. But we still need to know what... So I know what we've got to do. And it's not actually... It's not going to be... It's going to look a bit ugly. But we're going to have a whole extra... Not here. Not here. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do what I do, where it's like I was thinking, I put quite a bit of work into that, so it's just going to be in comments. It's just going to be as a sort of reminder, a sort of sturdy reminder. It's like, just don't waste your time with all of this. Look, whoever wants a function that's this long, right? Just as a sturdy reminder. I won't delete it. But what we're going to have here is, I think, public string unit type. Okay, so now find all references. And just here, we're going to have building info struct dot unit type equals attacker, and we just need to do this. I think this makes sense, and we'll assign it somewhere in this code. I haven't worked out how, but I think this makes sense. So now we've got hold of this. Right, so this is the Ranger bean. So we're just going to have underneath here Ranger, and over here we're going to have so at the moment the only purpose of this is to know what animation it's going to do when it dies, which I'm fine with. So what we also need to do is get hold of the generic bean script and just add a new... I suppose actually I could rename it to bean type. No, unit type, bean type, I don't know. No, we'll stick with unit type. So we just need to get hold of the bean script, which will be somewhere over here, maybe. So what we can do now is have... at what point are we actually creating this bean script? There we go. Yeah, so I think just here, where we're setting all the stuff for the bean script, we're also going to have bean script dot... Oh yeah. Let's actually make this. So go to definition. So we're going to have a new string here. Let's keep it public. We can make it private later. Unit type. And over here, we have bean script dot unit type equals bis dot. Okay, we are now 1/5 complete. Right, so what are we actually doing here? We're going, I think that's fine. So we're just setting, so in an ideal world, before anything else occurs, let's see if we got any error messages. I want to create a unit and see if, because it's public, in theory, whatever we create, so if I make a ranger, or 3 rangers, let's go get out of this thing. Ranger. Okay, so we have, the unit type has affixed itself nicely. So now we've done that, we are going to have just a little bit more. So let me just close all this. Because, yeah, kind of when we're actually destroying stuff, we don't have to put too much effort into... so, yeah, we don't have to put too much effort into worrying about numbers and stuff. Because, essentially, when we're going to destroy the whole unit and then just create a new thing. So, the actual game object that's the bean splatter game object is going to be a... sort of, yeah, a very basic... like, it's going to be a very basic script that doesn't have to interact with anything. So, public void destroy bean script So now we are going to have yeah. So now that I'm sort of putting this together, and I think I'm still kind of fine with this, it does make it sort of sense to just keep it separate. We need to have the sprites here, so press Control B. I don't even know what that does. Control V. So we'll have red. No, I'm going to actually change it to... I'm going to change it. Yeah, I think this makes a bit more sense. Yeah, sort of change it on the fly. I think that's fine. So yeah, we're going to create it. So what am I doing? I'm essentially trying to implement the destroying bean script, and I'm trying to keep everything incorporated in this big bean transfer script. So splat sprites equals Ranger. Okay, and then bean splat script. Yeah, I'm going to check, see if this works, and then I'll explain everything that I've just done. Equals right. Instantiate bean splat go at the position of the bean that we're putting in. And then quaternion identity, which we all know what that means. Right, so what would we actually call it? Splatter then destroy self. Yeah. Oh, do we actually have access to the... yeah, we do, yeah. Right, yeah, this is a bit. Yeah, it's been quite a long period of time of me not talking, just purely because I need to just focus a little bit, and then hopefully once we've got all this together, I'll then explain. Right, it's got a slight error here. Just got to work out exactly. Okay, right, this is going to require a little bit of studying. Just got to try and work out why we're getting an error message there. I'm sure it will come to me. What are the actual variables that it's saying that I need to put in? Ooh. Okay, this feels a bit. This feels spicy. It's like, you know when you're thinking, I don't know why that's red and squiggly. Anyway, I'll continue. Okay, right. Why is that? Use of... Oh, I think I just need to make that equal to null. Yeah. Okay. I didn't actually... Yeah, I remember running into that problem before. I ran into that problem a while ago. Yeah. Yeah, like when you're actually assigning something at runtime, you have to make it equal something. Or otherwise it won't let you actually use it for anything, because in theory the unit types are always going to be there, so it will always assign itself, but because there's no like default option, it won't know what to do. We've just created a variable. Anyway, this should fix it, and I'm actually going to make it that it destroys the bean within the code within this line as well. So what we need to do is, first of all, before I forget, we need to get access to all of these. So bean splash defender sprites equals another nice advantage with doing all of this is it means we're not going to have to constantly, again, this is like, because when we're loading stuff from the resource, we're not going to have to do it over and over again. We're doing it once, and then at the beginning, and then that's all. Okay. Right, okay, sorry, explanation time. Right, what have I just done? Change this, and then I'll go into a bit of an explanation. Okay, so we'll have to fill those in, but that's fine, we'll get to that. Right, I am looking to make it so that when a bean dies, it doesn't just delete itself, it actually it creates a game object of that bean splattering. Now, one issue that sort of tackled me, that kind of was a bit of a thorn in my side, was how are we going to get access to the correct sprite in accordance to... I'm glad the camera isn't working, because I'd normally, if anything, I'd be on full screen here and looking intensely at it. But for the time being... You got me just looking slightly clueless. Right, but just imagine that face, just looking intently at the camera, explaining everything. So we've got... we want to make sure that when the bean... so when the bean dies, it creates a separate game object of a bean splattering. So the issue that I had was when a bean dies, it doesn't actually, it's got no reference as to what type of bean it is. So instead of individually giving each bean a set of sprites, a set of death sprites, I'm going to just give like I'm just going to make this Big Daddy script hold all of them, and then we're going to assign it as it dies. So when we've got this destroy bean script, have you noticed as well? It's just destroy bean. There's no routine that goes because it doesn't actually matter. So what we're doing here is. So yeah, for me to be able to know what type of bean it is, I had to give it a unit type. And in all of these scripts here, I've added an extra... Sorry, let me go over. I added an extra variable here, which is a string, which is unit type. And this is to this building info. And this is basically the big chunk of arguments that we can put in one go. So we've put it, yeah, so that way we've got access to this all. And then, and now we're assigning each individual bean the unit type. So now beans have now got their own unit type. So now, when they do die, we'll know what sprites to actually create. So now we're creating an empty set of sprites, and now dependent on what unit it is dependent on what sprites it's going to get. And then we're going to create a bean splatter game object, get hold of its script, which is the bean splatter script, and then we're going to tell it to splatter and then destroy itself, and then finally we're actually going to destroy the bean itself. Like I could have had this in a like actually in the bean script itself, but I feel like given that this is incorporating everything, this may as well be the thing that determines what's actually destroying the bean script. So now we've done that, the only two things we have left to do are fill in all of this stuff, which I'm going to do now. And in fact, instead of me talking about it, I will just go for it. So sprites. So these are the red beans. So copy path. And I will actually copy the path individually each time, just to make it have a bit more sense. I probably don't need to save it each time to save a bit of time. So bean, right, copy path. And like I say, the only actual thing that's changing is that. But I like to be thorough. I always prefer copying the path, so there's no room for error. So we've got access. Right. Okay, now we are very, very close now. All we need to do now is actually make sure that when we're destroying the bean script, instead of just destroying the game object, we're going to go through this big bean transfer script to do it. So let's go find all references. Oh, that's a bunch of them. Right, okay, which are all the ones that destroy it? Right. Okay, no, not that. I can't remember how we destroy them. We just got to find out how they're destroyed. There's plenty of ways we can do this. I guess we'll have to just go through the motions and work out what happens. So, yeah, at what point are we actually destroying them? So I have a feeling it will be on... well, a good start is to go from here and then work out the exact point at which the bean is destroyed. So, what are we doing? Right. So we've got combat routine... Oh yeah, so this is the regular combat routine. So Rangers, Destroy defender beans. At what point are we actually destroying it? I'm just going to press Control F and find the word destroy and cycle through. I just can't remember where we're actually destroying it. Okay. That's the ticket. Okay. So, instead of this, we want to have big bean transfer script dot instance dot destroy bean script. Okay, so that's good. And one point which I'm going to make as well, at the moment, our big bean transfer script, it's more like, it's better to tell you my sort of future plans as well as current plans. This has got the ability to create units and put them in like formation, but I can actually put all of the actual big arduous stuff into here. So when we've actually got the so this might be something I do off stream, but I've got this makes bean splatter routine, which is specifically in the defense building. Whereas, like, what I really should do, I've got a similar code, which is in both the in the attacking building script. I've got quite a lot of similar code, so I will probably eventually put all of this into this big bean transfer script. It shouldn't be too tough, but like I thought, that's just my more future plans. For the time being, we're just going to use this, because that way we would only need to do this function once, whereas now we're going to have to hunt through. But I just thought I'd let you know that's my sort of future plan. Okay, right, so let's just have a look in here. Let's just look for the word destroy. Yeah. Okay, so there. And we're going to have big bean transfer script dot instance dot destroy bean. What have I done? Right. Okay. And we also, so that is dealing with the attacker beans that are getting destroyed. So when they're armoured, they've still got a different thing to do, but when they're not armoured and they're attacking, they just get destroyed straight away. Great. And now Rangers attack routine. It's not Rangers attack. Make Rangers splatter. Like individual. Yeah. So here we don't need that. I probably should have copied and pasted it, but big bean transfer script dot instance dot destroy bean. Yeah, I literally could have just copied and pasted that whole thing, but I'd rather copy and paste, so I know what I'm doing. Right. I mean, I'd rather not copy and paste. I'd rather type it in so I know what I'm doing. Right, so in theory, it's all done. Right, okay, now here is where, like, now, obviously, I'm not quite at this level yet. Like, I think the day when I get loads of, like, you know, when I've got sort of more followers, more of a crowd, I would start a sort of betting poll. Like, is this going to work first time? Right. And kind of like, we'd see, you know, because I have a feeling, right, my vote, if I was to vote, I would say no. I don't think this is going to work, although in theory it should. So, Like, yeah, so this would be one of those sort of things where it's like I don't think this will work, but let's give it a shot. So we actually need to get to the point where beans are dying. Now, if there's any error messages or it pauses throughout, then it will count as a no. Right, we've got a bunch of rangers, so it looks like it's going to be mostly rangers that we're going to test. I probably shouldn't have done the rangers because that's going to slow everything down, but we got some attackers, that's good. Oh, and we got some guards. Okay, that's really useful. Okay. Oh, why am I adding more rangers? That's just going to slow everything down. Okay. Okay, oh yeah. Oh, cheers, man. Right. So, let's get some more defenders. We can afford to make them armoured, so it's still going to test a few things. Right. Okay, so I always want to, because this will hopefully test absolutely everything in one go. So, right, let's just do, like, just to get the analysis. What's going to happen is these are going to fire over, deal 7 damage, taking that down to 34, right? He's then going to do a smash, right, which is going to knock these 10 into becoming normal regular defender beans, these 2 into bouncing and then splattering, right? And because there's going to be further damage, which is going to damage this, it's going to kill off all of these, who are then going to fall over and then splatter. And then these attackers are going to go over and splatter. Basically, everyone's going to die. Everyone, like, apart from these defenders. But let's go. Let's have a look. Right. Oh, I mean, what I should do is, you know, well, let's just go for it. Let's just see what happens. So that attack's taken down to 34. Oh, yes, yes. All right, okay. I lost the bet, but I'm so happy that I lost that bet. Okay, brilliant. Right, now, just while we're here, these should all fall over and splatter. I've made the animation too slow, but that's easily rectified. Bang. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Right, this has been brilliant. Right, I think one last thing. I'm just going to change the animation so it splatters a bit faster. So 0.1 instead, we're going to have how many frames have we got? I think if we do 0.5, which is like a what? You want it half a second, but then here we're going to put the bet variable in true, which means the whole animation should ideally take 0.5 seconds. Yes! Oh, the bunny ear! Bunny ears meme, yes! Right. Okay. Right, I think that'll just make it look a little bit nicer. Okay. So, a lot of people watching this may think that, right, we're just going to have one ranger, just one this time. I'm not going to put a bunch in. Oh, it doesn't really actually save any time. Let's see if we get a defender. Nice. Right, let's go get some attackers and defenders. And we got 1 mana left over. Let's go get some armoured stuff. Let's go get a metal wall. Okay, right, let's see. Yeah. Okay, alright, I'm happy with that. Right, okay, absolutely brilliant. Right, I am properly happy with this. We've actually, I tell you what, like, that's actually, you know, we've made some good progress, like really good progress. I'm so happy. I think, like, it is probably good at the beginning of a stream to be like, these are the 3 things. Yeah, cheers, man. Like, actually, I'm glad. It definitely looks better than I thought. Like, there's so many things that could have gone wrong. It's like, 1, I misaligned where the sprites went. 2, there's so many things that could have gone wrong. I'm so glad that it has actually, it's paid off. It has it's finally done that. So like we've also cleaned so much stuff up. So now when we are trying to create more cards in the future, we just need to go right mouse button, create card, and then boom, just put all the information in. So this is brilliant. Right, I've got to try and work out. So that is like, yeah, I'm actually glad. So that took me what, 3 3/4 hours. That's actually, I'm glad actually, that was a decent chunk. Right, so what I am going to do is let me have a look. Right, I am going to yeah, so I'm going to sort of, again, like, I know that, like, you're probably thinking, well, we've watched the stream, we don't want to, we're finished with Twitch, but I'm just going to sort of learn, like, try and do the sort of smooth transition into raiding. So it's like, you would never, it's just so seamless. Like, let's try and let's just try and smoothly raid. Let's try and find out how to stream manager, find the thing, raid channel. Oh yes. Oh nice. Okay, we've got this guy. Okay. Yes. Right. Now so I'm gonna go start the raid now. Anyway, sorry. Yes. By the way, thank you very, very much. I'm going to call it here. This has been absolutely awesome. And I do apologise there's no camera. We're going to have a camera on next time. I'll just try and work out what went wrong and stuff. And I'll see you guys later. Yeah, thanks so much, KO2 fan. And thanks, Gliss, as well. It's been absolutely a lot of fun. All right, I'll see you guys later. All right, bye. Yes, okay, so this is obviously the bit where I kind of need to leave it streaming just for a little bit to check everything's all organised. It's like the YouTube bonus bit. It's like, could talk about something random. I just watched Arcane on Netflix. Yeah, really good. Absolutely brilliant. Right, anyway, I'll see you guys later. I mean, I'll have something more exciting next time. I just couldn't think. I was so excited. I was thinking, yes, we've done a great stream. Everything's good. All right, anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.